What do you say when you talk to yourself? What is the tone of your inner dialogue, your self-communication? The words you use to communicate with yourself, whether out loud or in your head, have an enormous impact on your mental health and confidence levels, which really defines the quality of your life. What is going on, warriors? This is your man Johnny F here, and in today's video, we're going to be running through the importance of self-talk and healing the inner critic. But before you consider skimming through the video or not taking it seriously, I need you to really ask yourself, where is your current level of self-love at? Do you want to perpetuate a life of depression, lack of confidence, and low self-respect? I trust that your answer is a strongly rooted no, so I ask that you really take this time for yourself to watch this video till the end. Welcome to Next Level Warrior. It's so good to have you guys here taking an interest in leveling up your life. And for anyone that's new to the channel, we cover topics surrounding personal development and mental health with real solutions to help you build your warrior within to become your next level self. So if that sounds good to you, then join the growing warrior community by hitting that subscribe button and selecting all notifications to catch my videos posted every week. Our self-talk is the words that we use to communicate with ourselves. It's the term that psychologists use to describe the inner dialogue or voice that we all have. Some time ago, this used to be actually looked at as a symptom of craziness, but now it's considered by experts to be one of the most useful tools to influence and change our lives. If used properly, of course. Now, this is a phenomenon that can mostly be split up into two main categories. Positive self-talk, one where your inner voice is that of encouragement, cultivating healthier states of mind and a greater outlook on life. As well as, of course, negative self-talk, the inner critic that has a greater emphasis on discouragement, everything that you're doing wrong, reminding you of what you can't do, putting you down, clarifying self-imposed limits. And for many of us, this inner critic has completely taken over as the majority of our self-talk. So let's expand on this further to really understand how seriously we need to work on this. Research shows that it really matters how you communicate with yourself. If your inner voice is one that is a constant cycle of criticism, judging and demeaning you, putting you down, then your ability to be happy is greatly hindered. And while I agree that some self-criticism is a good thing as it can provide a level of motivation, you really need to watch the language. After all, there's a clear difference in saying, I need to start working out, versus I'll always be overweight. I never have any energy. Where one is an acknowledgement of a change that needs to happen, and the other is declaring a self-perceived limitation, something that demoralizes you over time into thinking that there's no point. And this brings me to the next point here. Negative self-talk leads to mental health issues. Studies show that negative self-talk is associated with higher levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. This is largely due in part to the fact that people build a reality, creating an experience where they don't believe that they have the ability to achieve the goals that they've set for themselves. They become so focused on pessimism and limitations that their mind has a harder time understanding their potential and capabilities to change. Think of it like a zooming lens on a camera, one that's completely stuck on the narrow range, only able to focus in on the negative side of things, completely blocking out the greater possibilities that exist on the wider plane. If we assume that this person doesn't take action on seeing the bigger picture, they'll continue to stay here, only be able to see and understand from this dimension, completely blocking out the possibility of a greater life. Now, I don't mean to be so harsh about this, but our negative self-talk is a real problem that, if goes unchecked, can snowball into some serious directions. And please understand that I speak from a place of not pointing the finger, but from a place of deep understanding because I've personally worked really hard on this. My former self went so deep down this hole that I had many points in the latter part of my life questioning what the point of living was. My reality was one where it felt more like a burden to be alive with the challenges of life than actually being able to see the immense beauty and gift that we've all been given on this opportunity to be here. So I hope that you understand that much of what I speak about in my videos are actually hardships and challenges that I've experienced, overcome, and definitely still work on in my life. Sharing from a place of love and compassion for where I used to be, where you may have also been, or currently still are. So I want to emphasize here that change is possible for each and every one of us. And this is the biggest message and mission that I have set out to accomplish with Next Level Warrior. So regardless of where you're at right now, let's get clear on ourselves. If you've got a journal or a notebook, please take it out and invest 5 to 10 minutes of your time asking yourself the following questions. Does your inner dialogue more often put you down or lift you up? Does your self-talk reflect that of encouraging and supporting you in life, or that of a constant judge, a voice that shames you and puts you down, hindering your growth? How would your life be different if you transformed this limiting voice? I hope that you can really take the time to be honest with yourself about this, to get clear on where you're currently at, to start the process of this greater awareness leading into change. And I encourage you to continue this work by clicking on this video to get started with improving your self-talk. I have a lot more to share on this topic, which I will be expanding on into a whole other series. So if this is something you're interested in, then let us know by hitting that like button and cheering us on in the comments. And if you want more support or need more support, then touch base in our Facebook group. Until the next one, never stop growing, warriors.